I moved into my new apartment a month ago. It was a steel, a charming old building with high ceilings, wooden floors, and vintage fixtures. It felt like stepping into a different era. There was only one catch. The previous tenant had disappeared without a trace. The landlord assured the tenant that people often move without leaving a forwarding address, and the tenant was excited to find a beautiful place within their budget. The first few nights were peaceful. I arranged my furniture, hung up my art, and settled into a routine. But then, strange things started happening. It began with the mirror in the bathroom. It was an old, ornate piece, probably original to the building. Late at night, as I brushed my teeth, I noticed a shadow behind me in the mirror. At first, I thought it was a trick of the light or my imagination, but it became more distinct over time, a dark figure standing just out of reach. One night, I decided to test it. I turned off all the lights and stood in front of the mirror with only the moonlight streaming through the window. There it was, the shadow, clearer than ever. I spun around, but there was nothing there, just the empty bathroom. The shadow appeared in various mirrors, making it difficult to sleep and causing the narrator to feel it watching them, waiting for something. I tried covering the mirrors, but it didn't help. I could sense its presence behind the cloth, its cold, empty gaze penetrating the barriers I'd put up. I began hearing whispers at night, unintelligible murmurs that grew louder as the nights passed. Desperate, I searched the apartment for clues about the previous tenant. In a drawer in the kitchen, I found a small leather-bound journal. It belonged to the person who had lived here before me. Flipping through the pages, I found entries describing the same experiences I was having, the shadow, the whispers, the growing sense of dread. That night, the whispers turned into screams. The shadow was no longer content with lurking in mirrors. It began moving through the apartment, a dark, amorphous mass that slithered along the walls and floor. It was searching for something, for me. I packed my things in a frenzy, throwing what I could into bags and rushing to the door. As I reached for the doorknob, the shadow lunged at me, a freezing cold enveloping my body. I managed to wrench the door open and stumbled out into the hallway. I didn't look back. I moved out the next day, breaking my lease and leaving everything behind. I never went back, and I never looked at another mirror the same way again. Every now and then, though, I catch a glimpse of something in the corner of my eye. A dark figure standing just out of reach, watching, waiting,